with Jaycob Megna. Jaycob, obviously not the end result you guys wanted, but it was a night where you pick up a point, and it's a night where I imagine you guys are happy with a lot of what you did.
Yeah, you know what? I thought our first was really good. I think we were playing the right way. We didn't capitalize. You know, you got a team like that, you're only up 1-0. Probably should have been up a couple, and then you kind of let them hang around. And credit to them, they stayed in it. And then, you know, things just happened in the third. You gotta give yourself enough of a cushion to absorb some of those bounces and stuff like that. So definitely wanted the two, and feel like we should have done a little bit more to get them.
Andre Lee's goal that ties it late, obviously they're going to put everything towards the net, but a 6 forward look for them. Does that change anything for you guys defensively?
No, you know what? It's one of those plays. They get a shot from the top. I think we blocked it, and then it's just laying there. It goes behind the net, and it's just a bounce. That's the way it goes sometimes. And you know, you'd like to think you could make a play there, but it's you're leaving it up to chance being up a goal there. We should have been up a couple, and you know, you feel like this game probably got lost in the first or second period, not stretching that lead out. We did a good job responding after they scored to tie it to get one, but 6-on-5, you know, it's a bounce here or there. They got some big bodies. They threw everything at the net, and things like that happen.
Points in 6 straight, though, and that's in part because you guys have, in these low-scoring games, been finding ways to get to overtime. How is the ability to manage games like this improve for this team as the year's gone along?
Yeah, it's definitely gotten better. Early on, I think we kind of fall apart a little bit in the last 5 minutes, or wouldn't be able to get to overtime or hold a lead. So we're definitely trending the right way, but now it's getting the full two. And you know, especially when you have a lead, it's one thing to tie a game up to get a point, but when you give up a lead, it's hard. So we got to find a way to get these 2 points, especially against teams in our division that we're chasing.
I don't have numbers in front of me, but if I were to be able to count your shot blocks, I assume the number is high. What's it like for you? How do you enjoy playing games where you're dependent on it to take away the goal mouth like tonight?
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those ways that I can make a difference and help our team. You know, I'm not going to fill up the stat sheet, so to say, with goals and assists sometimes, but just taking care of our own end and helping Carl out when you team like this where they throw everything at the net. It felt like there was a lot of traffic, so anything I can do to make it easier on him. And you know, I take a lot of pride in sacrifice my body and getting in front of stuff and making those plays.
With Ben Hemmerling, Ben, you guys pick up a point tonight on a night that I'm sure you thought you deserved too. But what do you guys take away from the effort overall for tonight?
Yeah, it was not our best, but we were able to get a point out of it. Like you said, probably should have been two. I mean, I think we've been outplaying this team for the past 4 games we've faced them. So just to let that point slip, not at the best, but you know, it's always good to get a point.
The way you guys have been playing in tight games over the last couple of weeks, the goal that you scored to get a lead late, where do you guys think that the game was at that point when you were able to respond that way?
Yeah, I mean they pushed hard in the third, like we expected that from them. So yeah, to be able to get out there and kind of get one for us there, and you know, kind of settle us down a little bit, it was good. But just got to figure out a way to kind of close it out.
The fact that you guys do have points in 6 straight now, again, tonight, not the results you want, but it is another game that you guys get to overtime. You guys have been playing a lot of these low-scoring, tight games and finding ways to get points out of them, and that's showing growth for this group, I'd think.
Yeah, no, we're checking hard. So there's definitely positives to take from the game, but I mean, we'll look over the video and see what we need to clean up and just go from there.
Talking to Jaycob Megna, he said that the unfortunate thing tonight was that there were chances in the middle of the game to make it not 1-0, but 2, 3, 4. Goals have been a little hard to come by of late. What do you guys need to do to get a little bit more regular production?
Yeah, I agree with Megs there. We had opportunities, especially on that one power play, 2 or 3 really good looks. So I just think stick with it and, you know, don't get frustrated is kind of my mindset there. And, you know, just it's always good to get the chances. So as long as we're getting the chances, I'm sure some will go in for us. I mean, that's just hockey. So just keep sticking with it.
There have been a lot of good chances for your line with Tanner and Jonas. Feels like it's getting better game by game. How's that growing?
It's a lot of fun to play with those two. You know, just trying to do my part out there with them. They're really 2 really good players and easy to play with. So just trying to, you know, advance the puck and you know, be in the right spots for them.
Thanks. Have a happy New Year.
Thanks.
With head coach Ryan Craig, coach, a game where your team picks up a point again. That's now 6 straight. Overall, just your thoughts on the effort of the group tonight.
Loved their start. Loved their first period. Didn't like the last 40 minutes or the overtime. I thought we did a good job of playing below the goal line, forcing them to defend in the first period. You could see some frustrations settling into their team that they didn't have the puck. We were having the puck, and for whatever reason, when we came out for the last 40 minutes, I didn't think we got to that. They pushed a little bit. We weren't able to get that next goal, which was would have been huge for us, obviously, to extend the lead. But I thought we backed off. We started to take, we took some penalties, kind of fed their offensive guys to let them get going.
The penalty in overtime on Jeremy Davies, he was taken down earlier, and that's his frustration, I'm sure. Was there any discussion on what the standard was at that point in the game?
No, none. It's he's frustrated with the call. I think we were too, but our guys went out and killed a penalty, gave ourselves a chance in the shootout.
It was about 5 or 6 minutes left in the game. I think they had 16 shots. Obviously, 6-on-5, they put a lot towards the net. But what about the defensive effort you got out of the likes of Dylan Coughlin, Jaycob, Megna, the net front game?
Well, we were good defensively. They didn't get much. I thought, like I said, I didn't think we got to where we were putting shifts together in the second period and the third period. It ends up being, I think we got outshot 15-6 in the third. So not like us to sit back in that area. We've been really good when we've had the lead going in those scenarios, pushing to get the next goal while maintaining a good structure to our game. I thought we were just a little off on that part of the game tonight and trying to get to those areas. And yet, I mean, they tied up with 5 minutes to go. Our response, or 7 minutes to go, our response is good to get one to go up. And at that point, I would have expected our intensity to go up to get it across the finish line, and fortunately we didn't.
When you face a 6-on-5 situation, they go with a 6-forward look. Is that different than any other look?
No, that doesn't change anything. They're trying to deliver the puck to the net. They had a 5-forward power play tonight, so they're trying to get pucks to the net, trying to get bodies to the net. They scored the first goal by going through the crease and re-attacking on that. The tying goal is scored on throwing a puck to the net and staying heavy around there. We talked about the net front and slot battle, and they found a way to win that, especially in the third period.
It is points in 6 straight games. A lot of low-scoring games in that stretch, which shows you guys are either you're winning those games or finding ways to get them to overtime. Is that an area of growth too, just finding ways to gut out points?
Well, I think, we're putting points on the board. If you're putting points on the board, you're continuing to climb in the standings, which you have to in this division because it's so tight and teams are getting, there's 3 points handed out, it seems like, every time you look at the scoreboard. So positive in that, positive in the way we started tonight. We just have to find a maturity level to our game to get back to it or stay with it as long as we can. When it gets away from us, get back to it. Thank you. Happy New Year.